Thanks for coming in today, ladies and gentlemen. I forgot to turn my light on. There we go. Going red today. Perfect. Thanks for coming in today, everybody. You know what's interesting about this airport, Victorville, is that it's a bit of a graveyard or a storage place for airplanes. You see all these, look at all the shadows of airplanes that is kind of like built into the randomly generated airport here at Microsoft Flight Sim because of the ortho. You could see like shadows of all the different airplanes kind of sit parked, like kind of almost like engraved in the ramp here into the scenery, because there's just a bunch of jets that sit on this big old ramp and they use it for storage. You can see you got some bigger jets over here. It looks like a 777 or a 767 that sits there, and some bigger boys over here. So it's pretty cool how, or I should say it's pretty funny how there's just big old jets all over the ramp, like engraved into the scenery here almost, just from whatever image that they used to create this airport, but they're not obviously in the scenery here. I thought that was kind of neat. Anyways, we're going to be departing out of Victorville, going to North Vegas for this event that they've got going on tonight. ZLA's got their event going on into Vegas. We're in the Carenado Mooney. Haven't busted this guy out in a while, so we're going to fly this baby around and see what happens. I apologize for the stream stutters. Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 is still bugged on my computer for some reason when I stream. So my stream's going to be choppy. I apologize. Not much I can do about it right now. But we're here, we're going to fly, we're going to pretend that it's not a problem. Thanks for coming in today. Let's get cracking.
7024. Book 7024 is set left to the 453. United 1549, turn left heading 220.
1549 left heading 220.
Controller's loud as heck.
LA Center, good afternoon. Alaska 82 with you, direct Canada.
Delta 4042, you on frequency?
Alright, well, they're going to have to stay loud as heck for the time being. It's pretty easy.
2769, contact SoCal approach 124.5.
Turn the key. To remember to switch
Los
fuel
Angeles
tanks.
Center, this is American 88 at 360. I am into my lucky 1 star, permission to descend.
American 88, Los Angeles Center, squawk. 7243 and descend via lucky 1 arrival.
So this controller a little
American
bit on the
88,
busy side. We'll have to
squawk
see if we
and descend
we'll
via
eventually be able to
lucky
get
1
a
arrival.
word in edgewise.
American 543 Echo Romeo, have your clearance advisory copy. United 3105, contact SoCal approach 124.5.
SoCal approach United 3105, thanks for your service, goodbye.
Alexander Olsen 453.
See what happens here.
Sounds a 453, Los Angeles Center, go ahead. We have for flutter climb.
Might take a while to get a clearance out of here, chat.
Lufthansa 453, climbing tape level 330 on course. 330 on course, Lufthansa 453.
Los Angeles Center, Delta 1224, checking in, flight level 350.
Delta 1224, Los Angeles Center, welcome aboard. America 2785,
Guess while we're waiting, I'll just put in Vegas in here, North Vegas. We're not really gonna, everything we're gonna do is just gonna be off a heading
Southwest
today.
3483, cross Clar 13,000.
I'm gonna just put in North Vegas, so we have a reference in terms of distance.
Southwest 1491, contact Los Angeles Center 118.02.
118.02, have a good one. 1491.
See ya, Alaska 882, you with me?
Alaska 882, firm, we're about 10 minutes from top.
Alright, Alaska 882, contact Los Angeles Center now
118.02.
118.02.
It'll be a little bit longer than that because we're not going to go purely direct. We're going to be doing a little bit of navigating, if you will. Around the area.
37 Bravo, contact
Move
SoCal
them off the
124.5.
screen so I have something to look at here. In terms of my navigating, just in case, chat, in case I decide to get lost.
201, actually let's give you let's see, 330, 340,
See if I can
100
get a word in edgewise here shortly.
Make a left turn heading 090, and we'll get you around for a visual, runway 25.
Left 090, and we'll take the visual 33 left if we can.
We'll give you a visual 33 left.
That would work just dandy. We do have the field in sight.
Good. Mercury 201, clear visual approach, runway 33 left.
Cleared visual 33 left, Mercury 201.
Los Angeles Delta.
Center, Mooney 124, Mike Charlie on the ground at Victorville.
United 3105, contact SoCal approach on 124.5. Mooney 124, Mike Charlie, Los Angeles Center, go ahead.
Mooney 4, Mike Charlie on the ground at Victorville. I'd like to request taxi VFR flight following to North Vegas.
Mooney 124, Mike Charlie, your squawk will be 7324. And taxi runway 33, Victorville altimeter 3014.
Traffic.
Alright, 7324 squawk and 33 we'll taxi to and let you know when we're ready for Mooney 4, Mike Charlie.
Los Angeles Delta 224. I need you to step out of the cockpit for 5 minutes.
I think he means 35, chat.
Delta 1224. Approved as requested.
Thank you.
And now it's an American 26 words with final 300.
Actually, the wind's not even favoring that either. The wind's more favor runway 21, chat, so we're going to see if we can get 21.
There 2640, say again.
We're with you, flight level 300.
There 2640, Los Angeles Center, welcome aboard, Cross Caddy 12,000.
Cross Caddy 12,000.
Any chance runway 21 for 4 Mike Charlie because of the wind?
124 Mike Charlie. Actually, I think 33's closed because they moved, they're rebuilding it, so yeah, runway 21 will work.
We'll advise when we're ready at runway 21, Mooney 4 Mike Charlie, thank you.
American 210, heavy contact,
That would make
Las
more
Vegas
sense,
approach
chat,
135.0,
for
we'll
us to
see
go
ya.
out here. Charlie Alpha 21.
for your American
So we're going to do that instead.
American 725, contact Las Vegas
Good
approach
fix and thanks for coming
135.0.
What happened? I had something happen, chat. Mr. Leroy with the host, that's what happened. Thank you, Mr. Leroy. Thank you for the host. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming in today, guys. Good to see you, Brant.
American 2785, contact Las Vegas approach 135.0.
2795.
Qatar 341, contact
They already nice and busy for their Vegas event.
Las Vegas ground on 121.9er.
121.99, contact phone, bye bye.
Very much appreciated as always for the host there.
American 725, contact
You are a
Las Vegas approach
hostess with the mostest, Mr.
135.0.
Brant.
American 2785, contact Las Vegas approach 135.0.
135.0. American 2785.
Delta 15.
Delta 15, contact Oakland Center now 127.905. We'll see ya.
127.905. 0 Delta 15.
All right, chat. It's 100% gonna use autopilot tonight because I'm feeling super lazy, chat. Not even gonna lie to you guys. But let's get in the air. We'll get the autopilot going and get on our way to North Vegas for the event. Give them a little bit of traffic up there at the smaller facility, the GA facility up there. Since they've got Big Vegas, then they've got Henderson and North Vegas. Have decided
Mercury
to fly into North
201,
Vegas
wind
and the Mooney
33019, your gust 25, runway
1 leg, short stream
33 left,
tonight.
clear to land. 33 left, clear to land.
Been a lot of short streams for me lately.
FedEx 30, contact SoCal approach now on
Soon I'll be going to training. About a week. Week from tomorrow, Chad. I'll be going to training.
24.5, we'll see you.
Time is finally coming for me to do something IRL flying wise. Get training on the 175. So some short streams this week, but probably not a whole lot of them. And then it's going to be a hot minute before I stream again after a week from Sunday. So I apologize, guys. It's just the way that it's going to be. Real life comes first.
LA Center, good afternoon. Medical Flight 95, flight level 330, 28 nautical miles from Bayou.
Air 1095, Los Angeles Center, welcome aboard. Descend via the Ironman 2 arrival.
Copy that, sir. Descend via the Ironman 2 arrival.
American 88, contact SoCal
We're
approach
climb
now
up to
119.6. Have a good
7,500.
flight in.
That's going to be our cruise over towards North Vegas. VFR, we're going to have the flight following here from center.
American 88, contact SoCal approach at 119.6.
Take a closer look at the Vegas class Bravo when we get a little bit closer once we get airborne here.
Nat 1549, did you ever pick up the Angel 4?
American 1549 negative, we send you a list of the approaches.
Okay, stand by. Finally catching up.
Mooney 124, Mike Charlie's ready at 21 Victorville.
124 Mike Charlie, wind 24023, gust 30, runway 21, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff 21. You want anything specific or on course?
Yeah, on course.
4 Mike Charlie, thank you.
Now 1549, did you send a private chat? I'm not seeing it.
United 1549, give me a second, I'll send it to you privately.
Okay, thanks.
Almost overcooked it taxiing on the runway there. You see that, chat? But it's time. We're going to do a left downwind departure out of here, chat. Oh, the wind. Holy macaroni and cheese. See that? It's pretty gusty here out of Victorville. You see how it kind of wanted to throw a wing for me? That was a little more than I expected. I had to get onto the yoke and put the wing down a little bit there. That was not... I wasn't using proper crosswind departure techniques.
To Santa Barbara.
And it,
taxi to parking,
the sim made me feel that.
We'll see ya.
So that was kind of sketchy. Not my best work, chat. Positive rating.
3483, contact with Las Vegas approach 135.0. Have a good flight.
I did not compensate at all for the crosswind, and I almost paid the price there. That was terrible flying. See, even in the sim, you can't get complacent, chat. It's amazing how quickly things can catch up to you. Let's go ahead and clear left, start our left downwind departure here. Oh, I forgot to turn those things off. I'm going to have to do that here in just a second. Once I get this thing stabilized, we'll have to turn off. I forgot to turn off the points of interest in the cities from when I was doing the test the other day. Whoops! Go ahead and fix that in just a second here, chat. Sorry.
Bearing 2640, contact Las Vegas approach 135.0. We'll see you.
Alright, let's go ahead and get this all kind of set up here. I want to be, what, about a 03? We'll call it 040, 030 for now. Let's go ahead and get this.
For Mike Charlie, radar contact, say altitude.
Mooney 4, Mike Charlie's climbing through 5,200, going to be VFR 7,500.
Okay, 124 Mike Charlie, altitude checks. Maintain VFR altitudes. Victorville altimeter 3014.
3014, thank you, 4 Mike Charlie. Let's get the autopilot on, altitude, vertical speed, do 1,000 feet per minute climb. Get all that going real quick. I'm going to fix my mistake here. which is going to be navigation aids. We're going to go ahead and turn this off and turn this off. Apply. So
all right, United 1549. How about the CB2 arrival?
Altitude. Say altitude, altitude. Controllers don't like when you do that, by the way. Looks like I'm actually.
That'll work. United 1549.
Right now.
Go ahead and make a right turn, heading 270, enable direct Seaview, cross Seaview at 12,000.
So here's what I'm planning to do, chat. Now that we're up in the air and I'm not going to kill myself. I'm going to just kind of fly out on this, let's call it, should be more of like a 060, 050, 060 heading, chat. So I'm going to go on this about at this 050 heading, catch up to this highway here, I-15. And I'm going to follow I-15
turn right heading 270,
pretty much all the way until I start to get to the
Seaview
Vegas class Bravo. And then once I get to the Vegas class Bravo on I-15, I kind of just start to cut to the north here and start to kind of skirt the bigger parts of the Bravo, so I'm not too much in the way. Hopefully I'll still get flight following. Maybe they'll give me the Bravo clearance, maybe they won't. We'll kind of play it out. If they don't, I'll have to come, you know, a little bit out over here by like Cottonwood Pass potentially. And then kind of map my way in towards North Las Vegas here into the Delta, depending on how they want to do it, because I am getting the flight following, hopefully. So we'll see if they give me a Bravo clearance or not. But I'm just going to fly out this way until I find I-15.
1549, thanks for your patience. Contact SoCal approach now,
124.5 on this heading. And then from I-15, I'll just be taking it up to Vegas.
Canadian 2.
You can see I-15 out here kind of loops around, but we're just going to hold this... what heading did I say I'm on? About a 050 heading, chat, until we kind of reconnect with the highway there. No reason to go crazy following it all the way up and around. And what did I say I was going to go to? 75. I already passed that.
453, contact Oakland Center now, 127.905. Have a good flight.
So let me go ahead and actually correct my altitude here.
127.5, thanks for those. Have a good day.
Go 7,500. We're gonna go 23 squared, which is actually gonna just keep my throttle full for the manifold pressure. 2,300 RPM. That's gonna be our cruise setup. And then once I actually level here at, I'll go ahead and hit the alt button here at 7,500. So we'll actually maintain the cruise altitude that I had planned on.
1095, contact Los Angeles Center on 127.35.
To avoid all the obstacles on the way to North Vegas.
127.35.
Wait until we're nice and accurate on it. And close enough. Hit the ALT button. That'll level us off. Let's stay at a good
Number
look
2
outside.
on Juliet, contact Los Angeles Center 127.35.
127.35, number 2
A little hilly out here, nothing crazy.
Mooney 124, Mike Charlie, contact Los Angeles Center 127.35. Have a good flight.
12735 for Mike Charlie. See it. 2735, Chad. Center, good evening. Mooney 124, Mike Charlie, 7,500 VFR.
Ready 124, Mike Charlie, LA Center, Daggett altimeter 3008.
08, thank you.
LA Center, Skylane 200, on level 200.
We're on our way. Thanks for coming in today, everybody.
Number 2 on Juliet, LA Center, Roger.
Let's cruise right along in our Mooney. Nice little bit of mountainous action on our way over here. Nothing crazy though. Do have Rex weather for us going, real weather. It should be severe clear the whole way. Should be clear skies all the way to North Vegas. Windy out of Victorville. It's going to be windy in North Vegas too. So I'll actually try and make sure I pay attention to the gusts this time on the landing, unlike I did for the takeoff. That was kind of brutal, Chad. I'm not going to lie to you. Not my best work whatsoever. By any stretch of the imagination. Let's go ahead and switch the fuel tanks here. to the right side, and we'll try to remember to keep an eye on the fuel tanks as we go here. It says only about 42 minutes to get to where I want to go. Again, I'm just going to hold this heading until I kind of rejoin I-15, and then at I-15, right around the Daggett area, is where I'm going to just follow the highway.
Center Southwest 4333 with you at flight level 130.
That's 4333, LA Center. Kindly maintain flight level 290. That will be your final cruise.
Nice little event they got going on here in
290
Vegas.
for Southwest
North
4333.
Vegas has the tower up. They did feature Henderson. The Henderson Tower is not on yet, but then Vegas Ground Tower, they're starting to come up. Looks like someone's on the Nellis Air Force Base as well. Of course, you got all the approaches and all the LA centers starting to come on. As the event is 10 minutes into the good, looks like it's going to be busy, of course, at Big Vegas Airport. No surprise there. But hopefully both Henderson and North Vegas will get a nice little bit of traffic. Maybe, you know, not only for myself, but maybe some other members of the flying club, or at least some other GA in that area to kind of give them a different look, hopefully, tonight. That would be a nice.
Good afternoon, Delta 4212 at 11,000.
Welfare 4212, LA Center. Kindly maintain flight level 260.
Climbing and maintaining flight level 260 on Delta.
How many in you in here chat saw what happened with that United 777 this afternoon out of Denver? Anybody in the chat familiar with that little incident that occurred today? That was something. Watching that video was kind of scary. Even for the pilots, that's not something you ever really want to see. Those pilots handled it well, landed, no injuries. Best of a bad situation.
Level 1224, contact center 135.55.
Scary stuff though, no doubt.
Contact center 135.55, Delta 1224. Thank you.
So we're coming back up to the highway here, chat, and this is the one we're going to follow right here off of our left front, and then it kind of splits, and there's one that goes a little bit more towards like the northeast instead of like the southeast where it splits. So we're just going to, here's the Daggett Airport, we're going to fly right over that and join this highway right here and kind of follow that. So I'm going to go 10 degrees here to the left, start to set myself up to kind of really follow that a little bit better. Hey, Kenny Monster, thanks for coming in today. Thank you for shouting out Mr. Leroy for me. He did give us a gracious host.
Welfare 4212, proceed direct Stoked, resume out navigation.
Flight following from LA Center up to North Vegas in our Mooney. Hauling some butt, doing about 160, 190 across the ground. So we got ourselves a nice little bit of tailwind here up at 7,500 feet.
Proceed direct
Flight level Rob,
Stoked,
thanks for
resume out
coming in today.
navigation.
Get some good wing views out the Mooney. Excuse me if I yawn a little bit, chat. I do have a bit of a headache. My sinuses, as always in the winter, killing me. Oh yeah, we got a nice little tailwind for us right now, doing buck 91 across the ground. It's pretty good. It's only going to take us 37 minutes to get to North Vegas. A little bit more because I'm going to be doing a little bit of cutting through, and we got to see how they're going to want to handle us through the Vegas Class Bravo. But this Mooney's got a nice little bit of speed to it. Do actually see a couple of Virtuous Safe Flying Club names out in that Vegas area, it looks like right now. Of course, you got Henderson, North Vegas were featured, as well as Big Vegas Airport for the event this evening.
Citation November 543 Echo Romeo with you at flight level 14. November 543 Echo Romeo, LA Center Roger.
Waiting to pick up Chinese food in the parking lot. Oh boy. Hope it's good. Hope it's worth the wait. Had Chinese food earlier this week. And so we're coming right up on that Yes, it was good fixings. Yes, it was. Really scary stuff. It's not stuff you ever want to see as a pilot, like I said. Glad everything worked out good. Doesn't look like anybody got hurt on the ground from debris. Everyone on board was fine. The plane was able to land safely. Scary stuff, though. I mean, usually engines aren't supposed to fail like that. Like jet turbine engines, if they are going to fail, are designed to fail internally. They're designed to fail inward, so that something like that doesn't happen. So it's going to be interesting to see what actually caused that engine to honestly just kind of disintegrate externally like it did. According to the pictures.
Center 124.6.
It had to have been some kind of catastrophic failure with the engine, because like I said, they're really supposed to be designed to fail internally. So yeah, that's a spooky little thing that happened there, but worked out in the end.
LS 3778, LA Center, climb and maintain.
Yeah, thankfully nothing like that happened, Kenny Monster, this time. But even still, you really don't expect an engine to fail like that, so it'll be interesting to see what kind ended up causing that when they do the investigation. Happy endings, though. Nobody got hurt. That's all that really matters. There was a little damage, I think, to somebody's car on the ground from falling debris, but it doesn't look like anybody got hurt on the ground either, so that's always good. That video that someone posted from inside the airplane, though, was that's pretty scary. You could actually see the fire. And it's not even like it was an uncontrolled fire in the engine. That's just like the normal fire, I guess, that goes on inside the engine probably when it's running, that you don't usually see because it's usually covered. It's usually kept internal, and everyone got to see it, you know. And it did sound like from the ATC recording, because there was a live ATC recording that someone posted, that the fire bell was going off, though, for the engine when they were making their mayday call. So obviously, like I said, that had to have been some kind of catastrophic engine failure that went on today, and luckily a good end result. Flight level Rob, there was a United 777 that took off out of Denver, was heading towards Hawaii. It was just pretty much on the initial climb out of Denver, not very far out of the Denver airport, climbing through, I think, like 9,000 or 10,000 feet when they had the failure. So they were able to just kind of turn back and go right to Denver, thankfully, and make a safe landing. Probably a nice scare for those pilots, even when the mayday call. Usually, when you have an engine failure, Chad, it's usually not something like explosive. Usually, like, the engine will start to just kind of fall back, or you'll have some kind of indication that something's not right, and the engine will start to fail. Usually, it's not something where it's just like an explosion or something so instant. So, in a startle event like that, you can kind of hear, if you listen to that live ATC, when they make the mayday call, you can kind of hear it in their voice. There was a lot of that major startle factor. So whatever happened to that engine happened immediately. So it was definitely a major startle event, and probably something, whether it was an explosion or it was some kind of immediate mechanical failure that caused it. It wasn't something that really was developing over a period of time, because usually you don't get a mayday call like that. For something that's happened gradually. And then it would make sense. If you see the pictures of the engine, you see the debris, and you see everything like that, it kind of makes sense that it was probably something that happened very randomly, very abruptly, and very catastrophically. Delilah came into the room chat. I'm going to give her a little pet behind me. She's on the floor so you can't see her, but everyone say hi to Delilah. Everyone say hi, Delilah. Hello, Delilah. You're so pretty. Yes, you are. Good girl. Yes, you are. The chat says hi, Delilah. The chat says hi. Now, I'd be surprised if it was like an object up there, Flight Level Rob. I think something internally to that engine must have failed, but it must have failed in such an abrupt and catastrophic way that somehow it managed to disintegrate the external part of the engine.
7373.
It'll be interesting to see if maybe they like threw a fan blade or like one of the internal compressors, or not compressors, excuse me, one of like the internal turbines for like the N2 maybe got spit out and started to tear that thing up. We'll have to wait and see. It's all speculation right now, obviously, but all that matters is that the end result was good. What's up, Delilah? What's going on? You're laying on my chair. That can't be comfortable. She's got half of her back like on one of the legs of my chair. There's no way that that's comfortable, Delilah. You don't care as long as I pet your belly. You just don't care as long as I'm petting your belly. Let me make sure I'm not lost here, Delilah. Hold on. Okay, yep, highway's right below us, chat. We're good. You got me all distracted, Delilah. I gotta navigate.
Good afternoon. Delta 7689 Heavy passing through 11 or 12,000.
Trek 516, thanks for coming in today.
7689.
See you, Andrew.
LA Center, climb and maintain final 290, that'll be your final.
Roger, up to flight level 290, 7689.
We'll just keep following this highway. Got about 97 miles, about half an hour to go to get to North Vegas in our Mooney. Nothing really crazy going on in terms of this flight, in terms of like navigating, at least not until we get closer to the Vegas class Bravo. And if they clear us through the Bravo, it's going to make things a lot easier too, but we'll see what they decide to do with us when we get closer to Vegas. We do have a nice little bit of scenery here, just a little bit of mountainous action. Not much else out here though, it's pretty barren out here. California/Nevada deserts. Flight Level Rob, enjoy your Chinese food there, bud. Have a good one. It's a neat little edit to the Delilah emoji there. Good fixins, nice find. Very nice find.
Over 21 Juliet, contact center 135.55, good night.
135.55 for 202, appreciate it.
This ain't gonna be a long stream tonight, chat. Whatever we've got, we've been, what, like only 36 minutes up. We're only gonna go another 28 or whatever it takes. Probably more closer to like 30-35 minutes to get on the ground in North Vegas for the path we're gonna take here. And then we're gonna call it good. Just one and done tonight. Rob Valkyrie, thanks for coming in today. Good to see you, sir. Got a wicked headache, so yeah, one and done's gonna be. Do appreciate you guys stopping by this evening, though, and checking me out while I do my one little leg for this Vegas event that they've got going on VATSIM, LA, ARTCC. They got Big Vegas and North Vegas all staffed up.
Cross Clyde
Henderson 2.
130.
I see a little bit of VFR traffic out of North Vegas, so that's always encouraging to see, as always. And of course, Big Vegas. A lot of people inbound to Big Vegas. Let's see here. We got 99 arrivals into the Big Vegas airport. Just a handful going into North Vegas, and just another small handful going into Henderson. There's us right here on our way. Kool-Aid Jammer 7, thank you for coming in today as well. Nice to see so many familiar faces this evening. How are we looking on fuel-wise, chat? We're on the right tank. We're about, well, only one, but we'll switch the tank here, even though we're only one difference. Start working off of the left fuel tank again.
Delta 4583, contact.
Just following I-15 here, all the way up to North Vegas. At least until we get closer to the Bravo. When we get closer to the Bravo, we'll have to see how they want to treat us over there. A little bit of bumpy bumps that we're getting right here. A little bit of turbulence. Might be a bit of a weather change on Rex Weather Force here. Seems to have stabilized itself there now. A little bit of turbulence, never hurt anybody. As long as it doesn't crash the sim like that one time in the CJ4, for those of you who were there that when that happened. That was a little ways back. I was pretty pissed off when that happened, though, if we remember, chat. Cruising.
Number 292 Tango Alpha, contact Oakland Center 127.905, good day.
2795, good day.
Nice little view there off the left wing.
Welfare 4212, contact Oakland Center 127.905, good day.
Beautiful airplane. If I was to ever own a Mooney, chat, that's exactly how I'd get it painted. This exact livery is how I'd do it, because it just looks so good in the sim. It's incredible. And this sim just looks so good overall. Blows my mind every time. Oh, you know what? Shoot, I almost forgot to put... I almost forgot the landing rate meter, chat. Let me make sure I've got the G's going so that I can...
543 Echo Romeo, clear to San Francisco Airport.
Update available.
Direct Makers,
well, I'm gonna have
Mike
to,
Alpha, Kilo, Romeo, Sierra. Direct Surfer, Surfer 4 arrival.
Direct Makers and Surfer 4 arrival for 543 Echo.
You're back correct.
Oh, we're gonna worry about the update for that later. Let me just open up the window for that. To get the G's running. Make sure I get that update installed at some point. Brant, that sounds very good to me, my friend. Tell the wife I said hello.
Delta 3778, cross Clarida, maintain.
Better be a very expensive dinner.
Las Vegas, altimeter 3004.
Have fun. Thank you for the $10 tip, Rob Valkyrie. I really appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. Very generous of you, Rob. Very generous $10 donation from Mr. Valkyrie. I appreciate that, sir. Yeah, we're coming down to the wire here for me going to training, chat. A week from tomorrow, I fly down to Dallas for my 175 training. So aside from tonight, I think I maybe have. Honestly, Chad, after tonight, I probably only have 1 or 2 more streams in me before I go to Dallas, and then
Los Angeles Center round trip.
That's gonna be it for a while. Let's put it that way. I'm not gonna be streaming very much after I go to training, at least for a while, because it'll be about a month and a half worth of long-term training. I leave on the 28th, Kenny Monster, last day of February, so a week from tomorrow. Cheer 5. I don't think that worked the way you expected it to work, Mr. Leroy. Cheer fail. Yeah. Appreciate the thought, though. But yeah, maybe after tonight, maybe 1 or 2 more streams before I go to training, chat. So we're coming down to the wire here, and then even after training, there's the actual 500 cheer bits for Melvin Leroy. Thank you for that. I very much appreciate it, Mr. Leroy. You enjoy your dinner with the wife. So yeah, I think once training is over with, I'm gonna have to get used to my now commute that I'm gonna have to do to Dallas as well. So it's gonna be a learning curve. Not only learning the new airplane, but then also learning how to commute to Dallas afterwards when I start to get a schedule. So to be blunt, I don't think I'm gonna be streaming as much in the future as I have the last year and a half. You know, I don't have a shoulder injury excuse anymore to be home all the time. So
Level 683.
There's just not a whole lot of
LA
streaming
75,
that's going to be
maintain
going
level
on, unfortunately,
270.
anymore. But I'm going to be making money, you know, flying the real big boy airplanes. So, if I made enough money on Twitch, then I'd stream on Twitch all the time. But I definitely don't make enough money on Twitch to justify quitting my airline job. But I do feel bad because I have enjoyed every moment that I've been streaming for you guys. I've enjoyed every bit of it. And then I'm not.
919 cross acquired. I maintain.
It's not like it's going to be never again either. I'm making it
3004.
sound like I'm never going to be back again. That's not the case. But it's going to be a while before I do stream again after the end of next week, and it's going to be really sporadic even after that. So let's enjoy the time that I've got right now, though, because we are about 20 minutes or so out of North Vegas as we're following I-15 here. So I-15 is gonna cut to we're gonna keep following it northeast here, and eventually it's gonna cut east. We're gonna have this mountain pass right here when we start to get closer to Clark Mountain, and then it's gonna kind of turn back northbound here, and then we may have to kind of avoid the Bravo depending on whether they give us clearance into the Bravo or not up to Vegas. But even still, we'll probably come near this Cottonwood Pass and kind of go in towards that area anyway, so that we're not too much in the way here, and we wrap around towards the North Vegas airport there. So again, you see right here, this is that Clark Mountain. I'm assuming this has got to be him. This big boy right in front of us has got to be Clark Mountain. So we'll go along the pass here. Looks like right here is probably where the road kind of turns eastbound almost, and we'll kind of go that way to get up towards
Southwest 4333,
North Vegas.
thanks.
Am I going to be able to do the events on the 26th and 27th? It's up in the air right now, Kenny Monster. I would say more than likely, yes. More than likely. But because it's going to be the last 2 days before I fly down to Dallas, I may end up doing stuff with either friends or family. And so, obviously, that's going to take precedent. If I end up not having any plans, then yeah, I'll be participating in the events. But if I end up being busy during the day doing stuff with friends or family, then obviously I'm going to focus on that before I start to take this long journey down to Dallas. I would say I have a higher probability of being there for the event on the 26th, Kenny, than I do on the event for the 27th. So I would say more than likely you'll probably see me for the event that you and Good Fixins are running there on the 26th in the evening. And then it's going to be questionable whether or not I'll be able to do the Stewart Plymouth event on the 27th, which is a bummer because Stewart's my home airport.
46, reset transponder.
I might have to be focused on packing and kind of getting ready to go on down to Dallas. So we'll see how it all plays out. Nothing's set in stone yet in terms of whether I will be participating in them or not, but we'll see.
Delta 746, squawk 7143.
7143, Delta 746.
Delilah would like to go to bed. All right, Delilah. I'll let you go.
LA Center, good
Be
afternoon.
very
United
cute.
76
Enjoy your
10,000,
sleepies.
climbing flight level 230.
I can't go tuck you into bed. I'm flying. I'm flying a plane, Delilah. I can't tuck you in right now.
Climb, maintain flight level 360, United 762.
Delilah, I can't. Oh, all right, be right back. 1 second. She's being a very indecisive puppy right now, so I'm just gonna leave the door open and let her figure out what she wants to do. But I gotta focus on flying here.
Well, 683, go ahead.
Area heavy turbulence passing 200.
What? What are you
682
doing?
retro.
Come here. You want to come here and lay down again, or what are you doing? You're sleepy. Why don't you go to bed? Hi. Hello. Hi. You don't want to go to bed yet, do you? You just want
1729
attention.
cross acquired. I maintain 1 to 3000. Las Vegas.
You just want
altimeter
attention,
3004.
don't you?
Delta 7689 cross.
She's a pretty smart dog, Chad. I've been talking about this trip that I have coming up going down to Dallas, and I kind of like told her like, hey, in a couple weeks, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to be going down, and her ears perk up. She knows what I'm talking about. So she's been starting to get very attached over the last few days, and she probably will be very attached for like the next week because she kind of knows what's coming. So she's a very, very smart and intuitive little pupper. No doubt about that, right, girl? Rob has sent me a YouTube video. Let's see what this is about. Alright, I can't play that on the stream because then there's a chance I could get DMCA'd, so I apologize. I can't really play music that's not stream safe on the stream here, otherwise Twitch might yell at me. So I apologize. Mr. Valkyrie, I'll have to save that for later. Delilah decided to lay back down behind me instead of going to her own bed. She just wants to hang out.
November 124 Mike Charlie, contact Las Vegas, approach 125.02, good day.
12502 for Mike Charlie, have a go. 02.
Southwest 3767, descend via Ironman 2, arrival, LA altimeter 3011.
This was the absolute worst path to get to the 02 frequency, chat. Oh god.
Los Angeles Center, United 632.
A little bit of bounce as we're near the mountain here. Let's go ahead and make that turn kind of eastbound to follow the highway.
To maintain 8,000. Delta 3778, reduce speed to 210.
210 for Delta 3778.
Approach, good evening. Mooney 124, Mike Charlie, VFR 7500.
Mooney 124, Mike Charlie, Las Vegas approach, the North Las Vegas altimeter 29 or 9 or 8.
9 or 8 for Mike Charlie. The highway just kind of cuts to the east here for just a tiny little bit, and then right around here you can see it cuts back up to the north, so we'll make it a turn back to the north here just a hot second. When we turn to the north in real world chat, there's a big solar farm right here, so the sim doesn't have it as solar panels. You just see these little circle doohickeys.
119.4 Southwest.
In real life chat, this is like a giant, and I mean like giant solar field, solar farm, I guess they call it. And when you fly over that, it is on a sunny day the brightest thing on the ground. It looks like that someone's just shining a huge, ridiculously huge flashlight on the ground at you from that solar farm. Let's see if I can find a picture of like that solar farm to show you guys on the chat what I'm talking about. It's the Ivanpah Solar Electric Generation System. Let's see if I can find some images. So this is what it looks like from above.
Traffic, 11
it looks like that.
Northbound, 737,
just big old solar field, and it's just big old bright lights, and it's really impressive how bright it is, especially on a sunny day when you've got those big solar farms. You got more pictures of it, like right here, just thousands upon thousands upon thousands of solar panels, and look at the bright lights and everything right here. That's a good view of it on the ground. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do at all, chat. I want to view the image. Look at that. So that is what this is right here. So the sim obviously doesn't really do it justice, but that's that big solar farm right there. Those three little towers and everything. That's what that is in the sim there. G-Nice for you, thanks for coming in today. It is pretty cool to see those from the air, there's no doubt. Alright, Delilah, you want to leave the room for me this time? Okay. Good night, girl. I'll come pet you later, I promise.
10 degrees left. 10 degrees left,
so that's what those are, chat. Right there, those three things.
Biggest approach, good afternoon, Southwest 1493.
I have seen them, like I said, in real life, flying over. It's very interesting, no doubt.
Atlas 1493, Las Vegas approach. Expect visual approach, runway 1 left. Information Zulu.
Alright, we'll pick up Zulu and visual 1 left, Southwest 1493.
Don't worry, Shad. I swear I will go and pet her later. You have my word.
3778, descend and maintain 9,000.
9,000, Delta 3778.
Delta 3620, contact Las Vegas approach 119.4.
So we're getting close. We're on the northbound turn now. So we've passed, like I said, we're past the solar farm here now. We're kind of just following the highway up until we get close to the Bravo, and then I'm going to maneuver around the Bravo to kind of avoid the mess here. We'll go through like the Cottonwood Pass. From there, we'll kind of cut in towards the North Vegas airport get as low as we can. I'll probably kick the autopilot off. We'll fly as low as we can to stay clear of the Bravo here. Should be able to get a pretty decent view of the strip off our right wing as we're getting close in there. And then I'll drone cam. When we get to Vegas, I'll get into the drone cam so we can get a better look at the actual Vegas strip in the sim
Las Vegas approach, Roger.
before we call it an evening.
Flighting 040, join runway 1 left, localizer.
040 from 1 left, localizer, Delta 3778.
Real time, real weather, chat. So this is what it would look like right now in real world.
Right turn 120 and the altitude is blocked on the 1019.
Probably a pretty nice warm day out here in the desert. A lot better than the freaking freezing cold in New York. I'm so tired of winter. So tired of winter, chat. Thankfully, when I go down to Dallas, that whole mess that's going on down there will be over with. Should be over with. Should be back in like the 60s and even 70s when I go down for training. Thank God. I feel bad for the guys that were down for training this week and had to deal with all that. And everyone that lives in Texas, or if you live in that area and you were affected by that, I really am sorry. It's just amazingly bad what happened down in Texas this week with everything that went on. It's a bummer that it was handled just so poorly, honestly. And, yeah.
9.4, minute, Delta 3778.
Start turning to get ready to not enter the Class Bravo here.
Delta 7689.
Got this outer little shelf that's 8,000, but then the rest is down to 7,000. I'm actually going to send to 6,500 here, chat.
Down to 10,000, vectors final approach, Delta 7689.
I turned a little bit more than I wanted to right now. Sorry, airplane, you're going to have to backtrack a little bit here.
Mooney 124, Mike Charlie, traffic 12 o'clock, 5 miles, 8,000, day A320 Neo, caution wake turbulence, they're landing Las Vegas.
4 Mike Charlie, we're looking for traffic. Let's go ahead and descend.
4 Mike Charlie, additional traffic about your 12 o'clock in the turn, 5 miles, opposite direction, a 737 descending out at 10,000, caution wake turbulence.
Looking for them as well, 4 Mike Charlie.
Southwest 919, flighting 040, join runway 1 left, localizer.
Alright, let's go ahead and start to descend here. I don't want to go that hard.
Roger, traffic at your 10 o'clock, 5 miles northbound, A320, 7,600, you'll be following them.
Southwest 919, looking for 46.
Southwest 919, Roger, contact Las Vegas approach, 119.4.
94, Southwest 919, good day.
Mooney 4 Mike Charlie, starting VFR descent.
Mooney 4 Mike Charlie, Roger.
So yeah, we'll kind of go out this way here, chat. We'll avoid the bigger parts of the Vegas Class Bravo. Go towards that Cottonwood Pass, which is right up here. You can kind of see where I'm going. Right up here is going to be that Cottonwood Pass, chat. And we'll kind of go around that way towards North Vegas.
Delta 547,
Delta 1729, fly heading 070, descend and maintain 11,000.
Going down to 6,500 feet for now.
Okay, 070 down to what altitude? Sorry.
Delta 1729, descend and maintain 11,000.
11,000, 070, Delta 1729.
Southwest 1493, fly heading 140.
Alright, 140, Southwest 1493.
Make sure our altimeter is good. Hit that button right there.
Road Delta 537, visual information to the board.
Delta 537, Las Vegas approach, sorry, expect visual approach, runway 1 left.
Visual 1 left, Delta 567,
Mooney 124, Mike Charlie, contact Las Vegas approach, correction, Las Vegas approach, 125.9er.
1259 for Mike Charlie, see it? 1259, chat. Let's go ahead and hit the ALT button so I don't miss my altitude level off here. And 25.9. Vegas approach, good evening, Mooney 124, Mike Charlie, VFR 6,500.
Mooney 124, Mike Charlie, so Cal approach, altimeter 2998.
908 for Mike Charlie. I think he means Las Vegas approach, not SoCal approach. But yes.
Mooney 4 Mike Charlie, are you planning to stay under the Bravo?
Yeah, Mooney 4 Mike Charlie. We'll plan to stay under and around the Bravo going into North Vegas.
Roger, thank you.
that's the plan, chat. We'll keep the flight following, but we'll maneuver and stay out of the Vegas class Bravo. I'm sure they got enough going on right now with the traffic there. So we'll do our best to do some navigating here and remain clear. Again, we're going towards this Cottonwood Pass right here. We'll get more of a scenic view anyway going up and around here. We'll be closer to the mountainous area, and it'll be nice and tight on the altitude for the obstacles over here too, even at 6,500. So it'll be slightly entertaining doing this approach out over into North Vegas. And then North Vegas, let's see, what is the wind? The wind is 320, 21, gust 34. Wow. So they're obviously landing 30 left and 30 right, so we'll probably end up going to get the left downwind for runway like 30 left, chat, most likely. But we'll see what they do decide to give us. But that is breezy. And it's going to be interesting on that approach because we're going to have to stay really tight to the airport because we've got the Vegas Bravos right here. So whatever we do, if we're landing 30 left or right, it's going to have to stay all very tight into the airport here. We only have that little bit of shelf right there, so this should be somewhat entertaining actually getting into North Vegas. Looking forward to it. I expect it to be a pretty bumpy ride the rest of the way here too, honestly. I expect us to get bumped around, and it's going to be very breezy on the landing. Astro Dubes, thanks for coming in today, buddy. Good to see you. Flying into North Vegas for the little event they got going on tonight. Coming up on Cottonwood Pass here, right here. Fly through that. Remaining clear of the Bravo for now. We're going to stay, like I said, below and around the Bravo on our way to North Vegas. Thank you for the shout out for him, Kenny Monster. I am doing well, thank you for asking. A week from tomorrow, I'll be heading down to Dallas for training on the 175. So, in the meantime, just hanging out, chilling with you guys. Get a couple streams in this week while I can. So now that we're kind of over Cottonwood Pass and we're clear of the Bravo right here, we're going to do our best to kind of just remain outside of the Bravo now. We're kind of get close to and wrap around that bigger ring here of the Class Bravo. You can see it's starting to get real bumpy in the sim. It's going to be a bit of a ride the rest of the way in because of that wind.
Contact Los Angeles Center,
and we are in a mountainous area too, so it all kind of makes sense.
3555 American 2530
Pads. See how she's getting bumped around pretty decent.
Actually, do you have information, Romeo?
We'll grab that for you real quick for me, Charlie.
Number 3 Sierra Bravo, do you have information, Romeo?
Visual approach in use, runway 30 left. 2998. Mooney 4 Mike Charlie, we have information, Romeo.
Roger, report field type.
4 Mike Charlie. He wants us to report the field in sight, chat. So we're going to go ahead and get a little bit tighter to the Bravo here. Starting to see good old Las Vegas out here in the distance off our right front, chat. Again, when we land at North Vegas, I'll get us into the drone cam, and we'll go drone cam through the actual Vegas Strip and see what it looks like in the sim. For now, we are going to focus on the approach in here. Because we got to make sure that we stay clear of the Bravo on our way in here. So the airport's going to be off our right front somewhere, about 13 miles. We might have a hard time seeing it yet. So we're still a little bit of a ways out here. This heading looks like it's going to keep us out of the Bravo. Oh, it is going to be bumpy and windy, chat. Oh my. This is going to be one heck of an approach in here. I mean, it's no surprise if they're saying the wind is 21, gust 34. This is going to be a bit of a ride for the Mooney. Not exactly ideal conditions for a single-engine light prop propeller aircraft. So let's see what kind of fun we're going to get ourselves into right now. Probably prepare the next frequency, which is going to be the tower for North Vegas. I should probably have that up and ready to go. 25.7. So let me go ahead and get that out of the way now, so it's one less thing to worry about down the road. 25.7. There it is. Well, like I said, just preparing for the next step here. One less thing to worry about as we get closer, try and stay ahead of the airplane here, since we are getting pretty close. And there's the field right there. Field in sight for Mike Charlie.
Mooney for Mike Charlie, contact power 125.7, good day.
1257 for Mike Charlie, see? So here's the field right here. North Vegas Tower, good evening. Mooney 4 Mike Charlie is about 7 miles to the west, inbound for a full stop with Romeo.
Mooney 4 Mike Charlie, North Vegas Tower. You can expect right or left downwind for runway 30 left. Call me back when you are 3 miles from the airport.
Alright, we'll plan left downwind for 30 left. Mooney 4 Mike Charlie.
And Mooney 124 Mike Charlie, maintain VFR at or below 4,000 feet.
At or below 4,000 for Mike Charlie, we're descending. I may have accidentally busted the Bravo chat. I just realized that I turned in too tight, and I may have busted the Bravo chat. I may have done it.
Actually, Tower got a change of plans stuff already.
Just realizing now the mistake that I have made. That I definitely busted the Bravo by accident. Son of a bitch.
Henderson, the numbers approach back to Vegas.
Not proud of that.
For a GPS approach on 30.
Let's go ahead and get the speed brakes out on this thing because we need to slow down.
Okay, so you're mainly looking at flying down to Henderson right now, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, just go and hold position right now. I'll get back to you momentarily. Break, November 124 Mike Charlie. Enter left downwind for runway 30 left. Wind 330 at 19, gusting to 33, runway 30 left, clear land.
30 left, clear land, Mooney 124 Mike Charlie. Landing rate predictions, now's the time, chat, because I'm kind of butchering the crap out of this, but go ahead and get your landing rate predictions in. I'm in the downwind here. We should probably make sure we keep it pretty tight.
Affirmative.
Okay,
I think the plane's yelling at me because I accidentally have a fuel imbalance. I forgot to change fuel tanks. Good lord, I'm making all the mistakes right now.
Traffic is inbound, in left traffic.
Let's go ahead and make the turn. Again, we want to keep this tight so that we don't bust the Bravo again. Get the gear down, we'll get the flaps full, and we'll Go ahead and get those landing gear predictions in, chat. It's not a very pretty approach. I mean, visually it's pretty approach. My flying has not been pretty. Let's go ahead and see if we can't get something of a landing in here. Here we go. Oh my god, it is windy. I am fighting the crap out of this thing right now, chat. And again, I think the airplane's yelling at me because I gave it a fuel imbalance. I think that's what that beep is. Pretty annoying. Oh. There's a truck landing across the runway there. Oh, God. 162 was the first bounce, chat. I saw it. It was 162. I think that makes good fixins the closest.
And November 124, Mike and Charlie, they came to left and went able.
Oh, that, you know what? My parking brake is set. Left when able to parking with you for Mike Charlie.
Okay, November 124, Mike and Charlie. Once you vacate, taxi to the ramp.
To the ramp with you, left when able for Mike Charlie. Thank you. All right, that was not my best work, chat. Let's be honest. I think we can all be honest with ourselves here, and I'm going to be the first to tell you that that was not my best work on the approach in here, because I'm pretty sure A, I busted the Bravo, B, that approach was just terrible, C, I forgot to switch the fuel tank, so I have a fuel imbalance and the airplane is yelling at me, and that landing was horrendous. Even with the crosswind, there's no reason I should have bounced 3 times, so not my finest hour. That's okay. We're on the ground, we didn't die, the airplane's not broke. It's upset because of the fuel imbalance, which, let me see if I can...
Two echoes ready for departure.
Is that not why you're yelling at me, plane?
And Cessna 28 Echo. Southbound departure is approved. Maintain VFR at or below.
See, now I don't even know why the plane's yelling at me. Now I might just be bugged.
The class Delta airspace.
Why don't you like me, airplane?
019, gusting to 33, runway 30 left, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, I'm on departure at or below.
Let's just park. Park, we're gonna kill the engine, lick our wounds. Stop beeping at me. It's still beeping at me even when I turn everything off. How dare you? Okay, we're just not gonna go back in the cockpit, chat. We're here, we're on the ground. Let's go, like I said, mess around in the drogue cam. Put this thing up to 100%. Welcome to North Vegas. I love the paint scheme on this Mooney, I really do. Oh, that's right, I have my drone cam at 100%. Oh, someone taking off, look at that. Whee! Alright, so here's North Vegas Airport. We made it. Somehow, by the skin of our teeth. I really do still think I freaking busted the Bravo. I'm not proud of that. But let's go take a look at the Vegas Strip while we're here in the drone cam before we call it good. Brian Kabisky, thanks for coming in today. I just saw you. What is the next destination for the Virtuous Safe Flying Club? No, it's not the first Monday of each month. The events are always scattered. It's different days of the week every time. We have an event on Friday and Saturday this week coming up. Brian Kabisky. Always take a look at the Virtuous Safe Flying Club calendar if you are a member. If not, we have events on the 26th and 27th. I'll talk about those two real quick before we cut the stream here. Ooh, getting laggy as we get close to Vegas, chat. Even on my screen, it's laggy. Look at that. You got aircrafts flying all about, probably at a big Vegas airport. So let's go ahead and look. Like I said, here's Vegas. The Strip coming in hot. Looks pretty good, all things considered. Got the MGM. Whatever the castle one. I've never been to Vegas, chat. That's pretty cool. A little Chris Angel, I believe, Cirque du Soleil, all this stuff, markings on the buildings and everything are there. That's pretty neat. You got the Mandalay Bay. Of course, this one's known for that shooting that happened, unfortunately, here, Mandalay Bay. I've never been to Vegas in real life, chat. That's one of the few places that I have not got to experience yet in my flying career that I would like to. But I've never been to Vegas, so something I still need to cross off my list. The Strip looks pretty decent in VATSIM 2020, chat. Hilton Grand Vacations. I like how they have like all the actual names and stuff are all on the buildings and everything. So at least they took a little time, it looks like, to kind of get that in there. And of course, you got the big Vegas airport here. Let's go take a look at all the activity. If the sim doesn't crash on me. Probably awful lot of VATSIM pilots on the ground here right now, I imagine. You got some guy taxiing out. Looks like you got some guy departing. So, Big Vegas definitely keeping themselves nice and busy on the network this evening. This guy might have just landed. See, was he trying to exit? Are you gonna exit, buddy? Either way, so there's your overview of Vegas for Microsoft Flight Sim 2020. And the Vegas Strip. Again, haven't been, would like to. Definitely something I'd like to cross off my bucket list at some point, chat. Just to say that I did it. So they say what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, chat. Like I said, just to say that I did it, I would like to go there at least once in my lifetime. But that's it. You got your view of the Strip from me. Let's do some housekeeping real quick. Give you, while we're doing the housekeeping, you'll get the overview of Big Vegas Airport here. Virtuous Safe Flying Club, we got 2 events coming up this week. This coming week. We have the first one right here. Trees a Crowd. That's the one that Kenny Monster and Good Fixins, both of the gentlemen in the chat, are going to be hosting. Both Ken and Brett are going to be running this event on Friday, February 26th from 7 to 10 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be a bush-style event, so definitely whip out your favorite bush plane for this one. Like I said, Kenny, I think it's a high probability that I do join for this one, but I'm not 100%. So we'll see how it plays out. And then I'm going to be less likely to do this one, but the day after... that afternoon, so we have a Friday evening, and then the day after, Saturday afternoon event, 2 p.m. Eastern, we have the Home Field Advantage flight number 2, Plymouth, which is Eric Flight's home field, and then Stewart, which is of course my home field, are going to be featured. Again, I don't know if I'm going to be able to participate in this one, which would be kind of a bummer if I can't, but I am flying out to Dallas the next day for training, so kind of up in the air. We're going to see. I might be doing some family stuff, as you would expect, before I'm about to go on a decently length trip to training down there in Dallas, chat. That's what we got coming up for the Virtuous Safe Flying Club. If you're not already a Flying Club member, make sure you check it out. The link to the Discord I'm going to pull up right here in chat from Streamlabs there. If you're a VATSIM member and you enjoy GA flying, take a look at that Discord link and potentially consider joining the Virtuous Safe Flying Club. But those are the 2 events we got coming up. Again, here's your nice, beautiful view of Vegas to close out the stream. Let's go see if we can raid someone, chat. Let's see if we can find someone that's potentially doing some flying in here as well. Maybe doing something a little different to show you flying into this event. So let's stand by and see what we got. Oh, okay. There is no better person, chat, to go raid for an event into Vegas than the man himself, Sim Caesar. This guy deserves his own show in Vegas. He is a very entertaining streamer. Again, Sim Caesar. We're gonna raid him because, again, a Vegas event, it's just too appropriate for him to not do that. So let's go ahead and raid Sim Caesar. Chat, thank you for coming in today. I hope you guys have a great night. Like I said, I'll see you at least 1 or 2 more times before I go to my training event. I don't know when it's going to be exactly. Keep an eye on the follow list. If you're not already following me, make sure you give me a follow. Keep an eye on the list to see when I'm on. Virtuous Safe Flying Club guys, you'll see me post if I'm online or not, of course, in the Discord. But 1, maybe 2 more streams before I go to training. So again, thank you guys. Rob, thank you for the $10. I really do appreciate that. Brant, I know you're not here anymore, but thank you for the host and the bits. Thanks for coming in today, everybody. Have a great night. Stay safe. Please say hello to Sim Caesar for me. Great dude, great streamer. Good night. Hold on. There we go. We don't want to duck overheat.